Hi everyone, my name is Michael G. Camosa. I am a grade 11 STEM student and currently studying at Benedicto College, Cebu City campus. I am here today to teach you all about a long division of polynomials. First, let's talk about what is a long division. I think you all know what long division is, but let's have a quick recap for us to recall a knowledge about the topic we will discuss sooner. So, what is long division? In arithmetic, long division is a standard division algorithm suitable for dividing multi-digit that is simple enough to perform by hand. So let's have an example of a long division for us to even understand what is a long division is. Let's try this one. 9,963 divided by 3. By doing that, let's make it simpler by doing step-by-step process of dividing. But first, let's talk about the parts of division. In parts of division, we have the quotient, divisor, dividend, and the remainder. The quotient is a result obtained by dividing one quantity by another. So, it is the result or answer when you divide the dividend to the divisor. Next is the divisor. Divisor is a number by which another number is to be divided. The divisor is the one who will divide the other number or what we call the dividend. Let's proceed to the dividend. Dividend is the whole number in which it will be divided by the divisor. Dividend is the one being cut down or divided into smaller number for us to get the quotient. Lastly, we have the remainder. The remainder is the value left after the division. It is a number that the divisor cannot divide as it has a smaller number than the divisor. This will be happened if the dividend is not completely divisible by the number in the divisor. So, I think we already know how to do the long division. As for those people who already know, I think you already recall your knowledge about the long division. So, let's proceed to answer the example that I had given earlier. 9,963 divided by 3. As for the example that I had given, our dividend is the 9,963 and it is the one inside our long division symbol. As for our divisor, which is 3, located in the outside of our long division symbol. So first, let's divide our first term or first number to our divisor. 9 divided by 3 is equal 3. So the first number of our quotient is 3, which we will then multiply to our divisor, which is 3. So 3 times 3 will result to our first subtrahend, which is 9. Our first term is 9, then we will subtract it into our subtrahend, which is also 9. 9 minus 9 is equals to 0. So, let's proceed to our next step. For our second step, we will look at our second term or the second number. Our second number is 9. As you can see, in our second step, we didn't put the 0 as it represents a no value or no quantity. For our second term, we will bringing down the number 9, which we will be dividing it by 3. So 9 divided by 3 is equals to 3. Then we will multiply our quotient by 3, in which the answer will be then our subtrahend. So 3 times 3 equals to 9. Next, the 9 that we bring down will be subtracted with our subtrahend, which is also 9. So 9 minus 9 is equals to 0. As you can see, our first and second term or number are both the same quotient because they are both 9 and can be divided by 3. In our last two terms or last two numbers, we will just follow the process that we've done to our first two terms. Let's just follow the steps or process that we've made. So let's bring down the next term or number in the dividend. Bring down 6 as it will be divided in our divisor, that is 3. So 6 divided by 3 is equals to 2. The number 2 will be our next quotient. To get our next subtrahend, we will multiply the quotient to our divisor. So 2 times 3 is equals to 6. 6 is our next subtrahend. So we will be subtracting the number 6 that we bring down into our subtrahend. So 6 minus 6 is equals to 0. So let's proceed to our last term in the dividend. Our last term is number 3. So again, let's follow the steps or the process to get the answer. So, bring down the last term or the number 3. Then let's divide the number 3 into our divisor that is also 3. So 3 divided by 3 is equals to 1. Next, let's multiply the quotient which is 1 to our divisor that is 3. So 3 times 1 equals 3. So now, the 3 will be our last subtrahend. Now, let's subtract the last number that we bring down into our last subtrahend. So, 3 minus 3 is equal to 0. So, that's how you do a long division. As you can see, it is so easy. But in long division of polynomials have a bit of a twist. Just stay still, we will talk about it later. So, let's proceed first to our next topic, and that is about a polynomial. So we're talking about a long division of polynomials. From the word polynomials, so it means that we are using a polynomials instead of our normal numbers. So let's have a recap first for us to recognize what is a polynomial. And also, this serves as a guide for students to remember or to gain a new knowledge that can help them to understand how to do a long division of polynomials. So, what is a polynomial? Polynomial is an expression of more than two algebraic terms, especially the sum of several terms that contain different powers of the same variable. A polynomial is constructed in two parts. These are the variables, coefficient, constants, and exponents. They are combined using a operations. So first, let's discuss about variable. What is a variable? Variable is a alphabet or term that represents an unknown number or unknown value or unknown quantity. Next is the coefficient. What is coefficient? Coefficient is a numerical or constant quantity placed before the variable. Coefficient is partnered with a variable next to it. Next is constant. What is a constant? Constant is a value or number that never changes in expression. Second to the last is the exponent. Anyways, what is exponent? Exponent is a quantity representing the power to which a given number or expression is to be raised. Lastly is the operations. I forgot to highlight the operations in the video. So just look at the picture and now I will continue what is operations or operator. So what is operation? In math, operation is a sign in which you will determine what operation is being written in the given problem or the sign. The signs are the addition, subtraction, multiplication, and the division. Actually, there are different types of polynomial. These are the monomial, binomial, and trinomial. What is monomial? Monomial is a polynomial only consists of one term. So what is binomial? Binomial is a polynomial consists of two terms. And lastly, what is a trinomial? Trinomial is a polynomial consists of three terms. So let's proceed to our main topic, and that is about the long division of polynomials. So this is the main topic of my lesson. So what is long division of polynomials? Long division of polynomials is the process of dividing one polynomial to another. Division can be done among the different types of polynomials. Between two monomials, a polynomial, and a monomial, or between two polynomials. So long division of polynomials is a long division, but it contains variables, coefficient, constants, exponents, and operations. So let's have an example of a long division of polynomials. So, let's try this one. 7x raised to the power of 6 plus 5x raised to the power of 4 plus 2x cubed divided by x cubed minus 5. So, let's put our denominator outside and it will be our divisor. Then let's put our numerator into the inside and it serves as our dividend. So let's put our x cubed minus 5 outside and this will be our divisor. And goes with 7x raised to the power of 6 plus 5x raised to the power of 4 plus 2x cubed and it will be our dividend. The main goal in dividing of polynomials is to eliminate the first terms in the dividend. Let's focus on our first terms that was encircled with red. In dividing terms, we will only divide first the coefficient and then after is we just copy the variable and subtract their exponent. If it's only a variable, which it means it only have a coefficient of 1, and our dividend, the first term has a coefficient of 7, so 1 times 7 equals to 7. And that's why we get 7 in our quotient. Next, we will just copy the variable x, and we will just do is to subtract their exponents. So 3 minus 6 is equal to 3. So that's how we get our quotient 7x cubed. Let's multiply our quotient into the first term of our divisor. So 7x cubed times x cubed. In here, our exponent in both a quotient and divisor will be add to each other. 7x cubed times x cubed is equals to 7x raised to the power of 6. And then 7x cubed times negative 5 is equal to 35x cubed. So now, we have the product of 7x cubed multiplied to our divisor, which is x cubed minus 5. So we will now subtract our product into our dividend. Before subtracting, we should always remember that when we subtract polynomials, the subtrahend or the polynomials below will be changed all of its signs to its opposite. So let's continue. The negative 35x cubed will be changed into positive 35x cubed. So now, we already changed the signs of our subtrahend. Now, we're subtracting 7x cubed minus 7x cubed equals to 0. Because they have the same quantity or the same value, so that's why we will cancel it out. What remains is our positive 35x cubed. Now that only positive 35x cubed remains, so each time we simplify, we have to bring down the next term of the dividend. So we're done with our 7x raised to the power of 6, so the next term is 5x raised to the power of 4, so we will bring down that term together with positive 35x cubed. So we have to arrange the terms with the highest exponent. 5x raised to the power of 4 is the first, followed by the positive 35x cubed. So it will be 5x raised to the power of 4 plus 35x cubed. Each time we simplify, we will be doing the same process like what we did from the start, and we will focus dividing on the first terms. So 5x raised to the power of 4 divided by x cubed. So again, we will divide first the coefficient, so 1 times 5 equals to 5. And then next is the variable. So again, on what we did before, we will just copy the variable and then subtract the exponent. So 4 minus 3 is equal to 1. So the exponent will be 1. Our variable in our quotient will be x alone. So it means that positive 5x raised to the power of 4 divided by x cubed is just equal to 5x. Now we will multiply the quotient 5x into our divisor, which is x cubed. So 5x times x cubed is equals to 5x raised to the power of 4. Our quotient 5x will be multiplied with our second term in our divisor, which is 5. So 5x times 5 equals to 25x. So in our subtrahend, the sign will automatically change to its opposite signs. So it will be negative 5x raised to the power of 4 plus 25x. So 5x raised to the power of 4 minus 5x raised to the power of 4 equals to 0. And we will just cancel it out. This time, we will just bring down 35x cubed and 35x as they are not like terms. And then, bring down our last term in our dividend, that is 2x cubed. So, we will simplify the like terms, and that is 35x cubed plus 2x cubed, which resulted into 37x cubed. So next, we will just bring down the 25x. And now, we have the 37x cubed plus 25x. So this time, we will divide the 37x cubed with our divisor, which is x cubed. Like what I said, if it's only a variable, it means that it has a coefficient of 1. So 37 divided by 1 equals 37. This time, our variables will be cancelled as it has the same exponents. And now we will multiply our quotient 37 into our divisor to get our product. So now we will subtract 37x cubed plus 25x with our subtrahend. But first, let's change out the signs of our subtrahend into its opposite sign. So now, let's start to subtract 37x cubed minus 37x cubed equals to 0. They are like terms, so we will just automatically cancel it out. So now, 25x and 185 are in the same term, so we will just bring down these two, so 25x plus 185 will be our remainder, because the divisor has a bigger exponent and cannot be divided with 25x. So our final answer will be 7x cubed plus 5x plus 37 plus 25x plus 185 over x cubed minus 5. So that's all for today. Thank you for watching. I hope you learned something. If you have questions and clarifications, just put it in the comment section below. Thank you. Bye-bye.